Hello, Pisces. This is Miss Renee Tarot. I am going to be adding this to our new podcast series, The Pisces Situation, and we'll be posting it on our YouTube channel, Manifestation Tarot with Renee Tarot. This message is going to be primarily to Pisceans, those with the sun in Pisces, moon in Pisces, Pisces stelliums. A stellium being where you have 4 or more planets and or asteroids in the sign of Pisces, which I have to include my own sun and so many other things. So if you have Pisces in the house, in its natal house, which is the 12th house, this will affect you even more, especially for those of you, no matter what your sign is. If you were born with Pisces in the 12th house, this will probably affect you as well, despite, again, where your sun is. So we are going to be talking about some things in astrology for February. And one of the things that I have seen here is that there are going to be some job changes for some of you. And those job changes may be going against where you are headed now. But the question is, are you headed where you need to be? Is where you're headed where you need to be going? Because a lot of you, your emotions, your mindset, your heart is in a totally different place than what you're doing. And trust me, even though the last situation that we went through in 2020, 2021, 2022 was a major life changer and game changer, we still came out with some positive things as a result of that. Okay. And one of the positive things we came out with was doing your own thing, creating entrepreneurship, doing what you want to do, and not being pulled into a corporate environment where you're stuck in a cubicle all day, but being able to have more quality time with your family, with your friends, with yourself. And if you, Pisceans especially, are headed into a direction where you don't want to go, you already know that as a Pisces person, that will not work. So I see that these job changes are going to be the changes that you want to be headed into, where you really can go. In February is in beauty, in the arts, but you cannot forget your spiritual practices, Pisces, because you are a pillar of the spiritual community. And Pluto is moving into Aquarius at 0 degrees in the 11th house on that day in February. And it's square to what you want. It's definitely square to your desires. It's against where you want to be. So Pluto, what is that? That is the mean worker bee who wants you to do what everybody else wants you to do, who wants you to follow a group's mindset. Pisces, raise your hand if you follow the group mindset. I know you don't. I know you don't. And so I question whether or not, again, where are you headed? Where you're headed where you're supposed to be going? We're going to pull a few cards out here to look at this. Oops. One just fell. We got to pick that up. Okay, so it's death to the monarchy. And I don't mean that literally. I mean, this represents, King of Pentacles represents corporate America in all of its form and fashion. King of Swords represents some of you, even male Pisces, are in anguish because you're a male Pisces, female Pisces. Everybody wants you to follow the status quo and you're in anguish because you don't want to. And it's really bothering you, even though you're a businessman. But is that business mindset for others or is it for you? So that's why I said death to the monarchy. It's time for change. And I shouldn't say that because I do not want somebody to take a clip of this and say that I'm saying that in essence. I'm saying death to the corporate filter that you have. For Pisceans, the corporate world is not for you. If you're listening to this podcast, the corporate world is not for you. You need to find what you need to do in the form of beauty, arts, museums, cultural things, helping others, doing something from a spiritual standpoint, joining a convent, whatever it is that you want to do, Pisces, go for it. Okay. Because where you're headed right now is not where you're supposed to be. Take care. Bye-bye.